Hey guys, welcome to a new video, and this is a follow-up to the One Piece card game video I made not long ago, and I'm gonna be honest, I did yap a lot. It's a long video, just letting you know. So if you're just watching me just getting into the game, I recommend you watch that video. It is a long video, but I have sections where I'm picked off each deck that I use. It's about 9 decks right now. It's a little, I mean, it's been a month since I made that video, and I say a month now, but I uploaded it a month after I made the video. Took me a while to make, but the video is done and it's up there. So this is just a follow-up on my current decks and what changes I've made, and just what I've been doing with the team, and if I have anything new or if I took out somebody. So we're gonna get into that. We're going back to who we started, right? Got my goat Buggy right here. Yeah, I got the new boxes for him. And I mentioned in the first video, I got a new box for Vivi, which I did get. And I had one by Black Leader, which you'll find out if you watch the other video. And these boxes are genuinely really nice. These are just like $10 boxes I found off of Amazon. I don't remember the brand name. Let me open this. I think it mentions the brand name. Ayanu is this brand right here. Ayanu, like they have like decently affordable deck boxes, and they're very good. They're premium. The quality is really premium. Like, it's really good. And inside, so the inside looks like I got the Dawn right here. This is the whole deck right here, and then the card snap right here. I have the Buggy alt art leader right here. There's my goat. I've just been using these for the leaders, and they just look so great, and it's just so clean too. This might be my favorite. Oh my god, this might be my favorite alt art leader. It's just so clean, bro. It's just a nice clean one. I have other ones as well, so we'll get to those as well, so don't worry. Now, deck changes, I'm not really too worried on that. It's mostly just kind of the same. So let me show you all the list. It's not really much, to be honest. The build is honestly just the exact same. There's literally no difference. I just have it the same as the other video. I've already explained everything in there, so I don't think I really need to explain it here. This is the exact, so Buggy has been the exact same. I do like that they upped that the Eggman deck builder, the website itself. They did have a slight bit of a UI change, and I actually like. Before, I was so used to the older one, but now I actually like this one a lot more, because you can save any prior decks you have, and then if you just want to go to a different deck, like the next deck, we'll just talk about Vivi, right? So that loads without saving, and you just see all the other stuff. So we're gonna get to that one, don't worry. But with Buggy, there isn't really any change. This is probably the best you could do with him, at least for like, I don't know, maybe not meta-wise, but I mean, meta-wise, this is not really a good deck. But I don't play it for meta. I do not like meta. I don't dislike meta, but I will not play. You know, I just like to play it for fun. It's just a fun card game. I don't know what else to say. It's really fun, dude. And Buggy's just my main. Even though he's not great, he's still like genuinely like really fun. And I just can't hate this man. This man's like, I don't know. I just can't hate this. It's just hard to hate this guy. He's just very potential man energy, kind of. Like, he's gonna do some, I've got a feeling he's gonna do some crazy shenanigans later, after Elbaf, I think. So into the next deck, we got Vivi here. This is her box, a red one this time, because you know. So what I'm doing is, if it's a multicolor leader, I have whatever's their primary. I have in this case red, because there's a color order for One Piece. I just have hers as the red one. There's her Dawn right there. There's all her cards, and then there's the card snap for her ult leader, which I showed last time. Hold up. There we go. I've showed this off last video, but just to show it off here in case. It's a great alt art, and it's like probably the cheapest, one of the cheapest alt arts you could buy. I went to Cards HQ today, literally $12. I got this for $11 on TCG Player, but honestly, if you were to run a red-blue team, Vivi's genuinely really fun. I suggest it. And it's very easy to pilot. Very good for people who are starting. This is the deck I'm running for Vivi. I mean, it's mostly the same. The only difference, I added this Sanji instead of the Chopper, that red Chopper. I gave that to my friend in exchange for his red Luffy build. And honestly, this Sanji's not that bad. He's also a blocker as well, which helps. And the only difference is, obviously, he is a 4,000 blocker, which helps. But the Chopper's a little better because he gets 2,000 more power on opponent's turn, which would make him a 6k blocker. But what I like his on play. One of your characters gains unblockable during this turn. So depending on who you set out, like example, if you had it'd be a 2-turn setup. But if you could get it to work, you're kind of golden. Like literally, you have Chaka and Pell, and then the next turn you would play this card, give a good chunk of Dawn to Chaka and Pell, get them to at least 12k. You know, give them like 3 Dawn, and then play this card. Boom! Literally, 2 life of the opponent gone, and it literally just makes your games so much faster. Or you could do it with Kaido as well, honestly, because he's already a 12k, and on play is already really strong. Obviously, it'd be a 2-turn setup, but honestly, with Chaka and Pell, it's way better. Because I haven't really thought of why exactly I added this Sanji, but I like what this does, and I like experimenting a little bit. I haven't tried it out yet, you know, play Chaka and Pell, then hit with this Sanji. It'd be really smart if I did that though, or the double turn setup would be this. I would play Chaka Pell in one turn, the next turn I play this Vivi to then play this Sanji for free. So I'll have 2 blockers, and then just make Chaka and Pell unblockable. Potentially either give someone else, well, Vivi wouldn't have to give Rush to anybody realistically, but by that point. And you just kind of be an unstoppable force. A literal fortress. So Vivi as is mostly the same. I just switched out that Sanji, and I no longer have Gold Roger. Although, yes, he is godly, best red in the game. Yeah, so update. Apparently, I had a Japanese copy of Roger, so I'm just going to have him instead of 2 Kaidos. I sold that Gold Roger. I had the actual copy of Gold Roger. He was $25 when I bought him at the time. And after, I can't remember what it was. There was something that came up, and all of a sudden on TCG Player, me and my friend, we were like in shock that the alt art leader was out of stock. The red-purple one. And I was like, what happened? And Roger just increased price by 25 to 45. I was like, whoa. That's kind of insane. So I was like, you know what? Respectfully, I had to sell that copy for that bread. And I have a little bit of a collection too building up. So I have actually I would mention it later at the end of this video. So, but honestly, right now let's just focus on the decks. I'll mention the collections at the end of the video. And then I want to talk about a bit OP16. This won't be a longer video, just letting you know. I will do my best not to keep it as long. So we'll go next build. Alright, the next one is this Nami that I built. And honestly, I'm not really worried about this one. This one's just been done, and it's not made by Meta by any means. This is just for trolling my friend, and it's a very great way to do so. Like, this is a really fun deck. I don't know what else to say. I'm not even gonna talk about like what this does and all that. There's genuinely no point. This deck is like not that powerful, but what can make it strong is because of the part where if your deck becomes reduced to 0 and you win the game, what helps a lot is these 3, this Bellamere, giving them 1 Dawn, and then you can trash 7 from the top for these 3. I mentioned this, and this Zeph for every time they activate. Mainly this Zeph carries, bro. This Zeph is really good, and the events are just there for, you know, protection or just to get rid of as many cards as you can. Because here it mentions a 4,000 and then trash 2. This one 2,000 trash 2. Mainly, I also have him for, you know, decent triggers. This trigger's okay. This trigger's is whatever. This is a good trigger. This is good. This is like the only good event that's in this. But honestly, we're just gonna skip over and go to the next one. The next one is Katakuri, my first purple deck, and I love this character a lot. My favorite villain here, by the way. Other than, you know, Buggy. Buggy's my number one, but other than him, Katakuri is my goat. I love this motherfucker. He's fucking awesome. And he was the first alt art leader I got, and it was because of my friend. He gave it to me. There's his Dawn, his cards, and his card snap alt art leaders in here. Oh, look. Here we go. I'm pretty sure I showed this off last video. Yeah, I did, I remember. Yeah, I showed this off last video, but I'll show it off again, because why not? It's a nice, really, really nice card. Very weird reflections, but yeah. I love this card so much. It's just such a... The detailings on these alt art leaders, they just be 10 out of 10. They're never a disappointment. And honestly, these cases, these deck boxes are really good. Like, great priced, and just, they look good too. They just look really good too. They're simple, and they get the job done. And you don't need anything crazy. So this is just perfect. And this is basically like a Magic deck box, but I'm gonna talk about Magic a little later. But let's just get to the build real quick. Alright, so this is the build, right? Now, I did make some slight changes. I added 2 more of this flampe, because I found this on play a lot better than, there was a Brule I added, Charlotte Brule card from EB03, and it was basically this card, except on your turn, it was opponent's turn. So in a way, they work exactly the same. And honestly, next year when this card goes off rotation, I'll just put in the Brule instead. It's just the difference is a 5 cost, 6,000. This is just a 3 cost, 4,000. I like this a little more because then you can just give her a Dawn and you can just swing for 5. It helps a little bit. It's not a lot, but it helps. And plus, returning a Dawn helps a lot too, especially since you're using this leader a lot. But it's also good. Brule is also good with it as well. Both are good. Just, I'd say pick one or the other. Don't add both. As experiencing and playing this deck a lot, she feels more useful because this includes your leader. You can just get a 7k leader attacker just like that, and I like that a lot. This Katakuri he's just gonna be gold. He's just insane with this, along with this Charlotte Pudding. She's good because of what's called. Although you do lose 2 Dawn, and your opponent has 6 or more Dawn, you can draw 2 free cards and then just play a free Katakuri from your hand, just like that, which I like a lot. Which one? She has 5,000 attack, which will help a lot. Though on some leaders it depends. Late game, this could be kind of useless. The on play is really good. Her herself as a card is okay, but her on play is what, you know, makes it up, I think. And I've thought of doing taking this secret rare off completely. Why is this at 4? What is different from here? So yeah, this I have 4 of. I have 2 of you, 4 of you. I have 4 of you, 4 of you, 4 of these 2. I only have 2 of this Paraspiral, so I'm missing 2 more. This Pudding, I'm gonna be honest, I just proxied it because honestly, I can't find this card nowhere. At least for now. I could get on TCG Player. It was lower at the time, but I was busy building other decks, so I didn't get the chance to finish Katakuri completely. But he's mostly done. Like, I just proxied, you know, it gets a job done, honestly. And I recently got photo paper, so it actually looks good instead of just regular paper. Yes, I had to use regular paper. I know, but it's okay. My question is, I don't remember adding 4 of this Charlotte Lin and actually just adding this as 4 of them. I don't remember doing that. So I might have to recount my deck. So give me 1 second.
Find Peter Parker! 这年了，放我走，他们非要我看。
What the fuck are you saying?
So, I'm an idiot. Apparently, I didn't update it from my phone, because I mostly just have it on my phone instead of my PC mostly. I had it set up on my PC. Normally, whenever I do deck building, I always do it on my PC first, because it's where I started it, right? Then later, I just shifted towards to my phone a lot more and just have it managed all there. But yeah, I forgot to update it from my PC, and yeah, I have two of these Linlin. I completely forgot. And I was wondering, I thought I miscounted. I was like, why is there 4 of this one? I only have 2. I only have 2 of them, but my build only said 2 of them, even though in here it said 4. Anyway, just me being an idiot. That was it. I just have a regular red box for Lucy, because before Vivi was in this, but I have Lucy in here, red blue leader, and I didn't really play Lucy that much when I first got it, but then later I tried it a lot more on my own time, and it's very, very fun. And this is just the build, and it's pretty fun. I'm not gonna be talking about builds.
Stop the cap.
I'm only missing, as of now, because I didn't have anything. I barely had this built in the longer video. But this, I have all of these except two of his Sabo. I pulled one alt art. I won't lie, it is fire. But I won't lie, it looks like I'm mixing between this one and this one. And looking them from a distance, they look partially similar. Obviously, than the red and blue UI and the power difference, right? But from a distance, they look kind of similar, so it kind of throws me off a bit. So I just need 2 more of this Sabo and 1 more of this alt art, because I usually I mentioned it in there. I don't gotta worry about it here. And it's the deck's basically done. I have all the events I need, all these characters I got right here. Funny enough, I got the last Rebecca I needed today, as of this video. So it kind of helps out with searching. And this Cavendish, I did have what's called a red Cavendish before, is the one that released in this set. It's this Cavendish, and I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of shit. It's like it is a 4 cost and 4,000 power, which that's why I don't like. I'm like, why just do that? That's like kind of dumb. That's also why I partially don't like the Buggy build. That's the only thing I don't like about it. It's just 7 cost for 7,000, my bro. I feel like she should be getting a little more, but it was OP09, so I'll be a little more forgiving on it. So, but this does have a 2K counter, which I kind of like, but I don't like this part. It says if you have 4 more events in your trash, this character gains additional 2,000. So it's literally just a worse version of. It's literally just a worse version of this Cavendish. This is just way better. Obviously no counter, but honestly, this is way better than to have the 2K. Draw 2 cards and trash 1 from your hand. Heck, you could probably get 2 2Ks out of the 2 cards you pull. This is way better. And this is an OP10? It's like, it works perfectly. This is what makes this deck so broken. Him and, what is it? And mainly the events, they genuinely carry, because this Bartolomeo alone is fine, because what you can do is do like a whole combo with this Sabo. I never really explained in the last video on how he fully worked. Obviously you have this Searcher who's a blocker. This helps. I have two of the 3 brothers, and just use their main ability, right? Give it active Dawn, then make it minus 3,000 to somebody. These events are so busted. I didn't realize how busted they are while playing. It didn't occur to me until I actually played the deck, and it's like, wow, this is really good. And there was a koala I had on there. I just took off completely because it's not bad. On KO is a Searcher, which I like, but it's an event Searcher, which is not bad. But in honesty, your leader can literally, you can literally draw a card if you use a 3 cost event. Not only that, if you have like 2 of this guy on your board, you're chilling. And then you have him, you're set. Could there be improvements on this? Yes. But honestly, I like how this is. This isn't bad in any way. I think this is perfect. And this is like very Sabo themed, team. Dressrosa Sabo themed. Like, perfectly themed. I actually like this a lot. And it's not too broken, it's just strong. Like, it feels really just good to use. And you don't get bored of this. That's what I like a lot. All right, this one, I didn't really change this one that much, to be honest. I have majority of what he needs. This is pretty much every card, and I have all 10 Dawn for him. I'm only missing 2 cards. That's why this part's yellow. Otherwise, it would be black for the Dawn. And I'm only missing two of these wipers. That's all I literally need. And the team is just done. Now, obviously, I'm not for meta. But the reason I have this Zoro and Luffy, because, you know, Skypiea team. I think it's fair. So my opinion is this. If you're using, let's just say, Thriller Slop, right? If you were to use it on Gecko, I have no problem with that. That's fine, because it's within, you know, it's within the same arc. It's the characters that are, you know, with them, and it matches the theme very well. But if you just play Nami and just play Thriller Slop and then just have this random Zoro, I get Zoro because of Straw Hat Crew, but this specifically just to get life back, you are insufferable as hell. I don't give a shit. Even for the exception on this team, I do have this gear 5 blue, but that's it. This came out within the same set, which I think is fine. I think this is an exception. I could add 4 copies of this Anel. I just have a proxy of them. I have just 2 proxies of the SB, because why not? It just looks cool. This Anel is genuinely really good. And I have 2 copies of him, along with 2 copies of this Luffy. So I either go full defense or full offense. And the events are pretty good. This I just have for the trigger. This one's actually really good, and you can just spam using this, and it's actually really fun. This one's really good, mainly just used for counter rather than its main. This one I use depending on the situation. It really depends. Obviously, this Luffy's like God. I did pull 2 of these Luffys, and I sold both of them because they were actually like $40 each. That's like $80 right there, bro. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna take the money from that. And I proxied it, just did with this art. I love this art so much. It's so cool. I love Skypiea, man. Skypiea was really good. It's not, okay, let me say, it's not my favorite arc, but it is a good arc, because my little sister is getting into One Piece. She's in Water 7, almost done with it. She's getting to Ennis Lobby. She loved Sky Island. I was watching it through her, and I was like, man, Sky Island was really good. Sky Island is good. The first time I watched it, it was okay. It was because I thought the pacing wasn't really good by any means. It just wasn't, it was not that great. In East Blue and Alabasta was fine. Then we got to Skypiea. It felt dragged on. To me, it felt dragged on. But then the Water 7 Ennis Lobby is a masterpiece right there. But this hasn't really changed, to be honest. This is kind of the same thing. You can combo Rocky with Kalgara, then draw 2 cards. You can also pull out Wiper, play him, do his ability, and then do Skypiea yellow, just do yellow shenanigans, basically. Alright, so next team, we got my GOAT right here, probably my favorite Straw Hat, Brook. I love Brook. I don't care. I love Brook. Originally, I loved Zoro. Then I shifted towards Brook. Brook's just goated. He's just goated like that. I just love him, man. His Dawn's right here. It's all just, let me show you what the Dawn is. It's not even that crazy. It's just, I literally put 2 Pokemon cards in the back and just put this paper. Literally just printed this out and just called it. I might switch it to regular Dawn, because honestly, this adds way more to the box and takes up more space. But honestly, I don't think it's a big deal. It's just Dawn, you know? And then there's, oh, forgot the rest. There's the rest of the deck right here. Some proxied, but I'll show off what is. And then there's the hard case, the snap case, which I don't have the leader yet. I might do a custom leader, to be honest, because I've been seeing a lot of cool custom leaders recently, and I might try that out with Brook. Brook might be the first one, is where I'm gonna do that. So let's get to the deck list right here. I'll go into some detail with this one since this is the first time y'all are seeing it. And I did completely take off Yamato because there is the new Yamato coming in, and honestly, I might just do that. And after seeing some of the leaks of the newer cards being added with her other form and Momonosuke, I haven't seen what Momonosuke done yet, but it looks really good. It looks really good, and I actually want to play that Yamato instead of the current one. I did want to play the current one beforehand. I played it on the simulator, and it's a very, very fun deck. It's just chaotically fun. But honestly, I'm just gonna rock with the new. I'm just gonna play the new one when it comes out. So in this deck, I'm just gonna explain how you can play Brook, because I've heard people don't know how to play Brook, and I'm like, really? They're like, or at least let me not say that. So not long ago, when me and my friend Bfret, the guy that plays Gecko Moria, honestly, I don't mind it because this Brook destroys Gecko Moria. It's not even close. He destroys him. It's not even close. He obliterates him. Anyway, let me get to the point. So, me and my friend, we were playing a couple matches, right? I'm trying out our... No, I didn't bring out Brook. At the time, I was playing Koby, and there was another deck. I'm not gonna mention their name yet. You're gonna see it soon. There were two other people. They were both friends, and they saw that we were playing. They wanted to watch us play. I was like, yep, sure, why not? And we were talking about the new leaders of OP15, and they mentioned Brook. And then my friend told that I play a really good Brook, and he said that a lot of people don't know how to play Brook, and I was like, really? I was like, that's interesting, because Brook is really. By the way, I actually have not seen videos. I've just, by reading the cards that have came out in this set, I've just read on what he does, and then I did a research on what cards should I add with him, and it's mostly everything from OP15 except like 2 cards. That's it. And it's just this Nami here, who's just broken as hell, and this Luffy, who's broken as hell. I proxy both of them, this Nami and that Luffy. I just proxy both. Just, I'm not paying $30 4 times just to get, I'm not spending $120 to get just get washed by a red-green Luffy, bro. Yo, red-green Luffy, I had never fought one, but I fought one online one time. He's a demon. It's genuinely, like, terrifying. It scares me. But this deck I'll talk a little more into. Like, I'll talk a little more in depth of it. So, Laboon I just have mainly as a 2K, but he's basically board protection for anyone with power of 7,000 or less. And you just rest 2 of your own cards. Sanji, you just do his on play to trash 5 on the top. I mainly use him just for 2K. But also, in the case, if I get this Sanji offered, maybe I'd use it as that. Zoro I just use as a blocker rather than 1K, or just mainly just play as block, because he's gonna be your blocker that you use the most over this Nami. The reason that is, well, I'll get to eventually. Then you have this Chopper. This Chopper is the MVP of your deck. I don't care what anyone says. This Chopper, he is the MVP of your deck. I don't care. Not because of his on play. His main is so good. You trash him and then add any Straw Hat Crew character other than Chopper himself from your trash to your hand. Now, this means you could add literally Pirate Docking 6, this Brook, this Luffy, as well as this Luffy and this Nami. And this Nami even too as well. It's just and this Usopp as well. This Usopp is a really good blocker too. I have like literally 3 different blockers. And this Chopper, goated. It's just really good. Cause the only weakness is that there's no searcher. Because of him, you don't need one. You're chilling. You just don't need a searcher at this point. This Nami, she's a blocker, and then you can basically rest 2 opponents at the cost of 8 or less. And then when your turn's done, you can set 5 Dawn back. Which, and honestly, you don't really need for other than this event, which is perfect if you just have any in your hand and you just happen to play this card. This Usopp I like a lot. I like it way more than this Nami, but why not have both, you know? This character cannot be rested by effects of your opponent's leader or characters, and they're a blocker on opponent's turn, which is really good. And when they die, which personally a lot of blockers should have, an on KO effect. Because, you know, it fulfills the role better if you want to block just to get the good thing out of them, or you just want to take the hit and save the block attack for a different attack, or during that battle, or during the next turn, you know? Like, it makes blockers feel more rewarding. This is one of them. Rest one of your opponent's leaders or characters with a cost of 7 or less. Now, depending on your situation, if you're if you got a leader or a character, actually no, let's say leader. If they're just decide to hit big and they try to, or actually no, a big character, or no, let's say a character that's trying to swing big and tries to attack you, block, and then just stop their leader so the leader can't swing. Obviously, you don't have to stop the leader mainly. You can stop anyone who's a 7 cost or less. But honestly, to doing it at your leader is already kind of strong. Then this Pirate Ducking, he gains 6+ cost, so he becomes basically an 11 cost character. And on play, you trash 3 from your top. And because of that, you can play 1 Straw Hat crew with a cost of 2 or less from your trash. So with that, you can either bring Chopper back or play this Zoro just to get a free blocker, because why not? You can just do that. Honestly, mainly, you're using him just to play either Chopper or this Zoro. That's literally it. Like, I don't see who else you're going to be playing with it. Like, maybe board protection, but I'm going to be real with you, you don't really need it. That's why I have Laboon just as a 2K. Also, you don't need to add Laboon in this deck. I just have him because, you know, he matches with Brook. It's perfect. And this Brook, also really good. Rest one of your opponent's cards. No cost requirement. Just freeze anyone. Then his main, trash himself and set any Straw Hat character. Or actually, no. If your leader is a Straw Hat crew, set anyone with a cost of 8 or less active. So you can just set someone attack again. What I love is that you can swing with this Brook and activate this. Like, swing with somebody else, then swing with this Brook, and then let's say swing with this Luffy, right? In case your double attack misses once, right? Then swing with this Brook, then trash him just to swing with this Luffy again. Because when your trash pile builds up, you can't really restand this guy. Because of, if you have 10 or more in your trash, his base power becomes 9 and he becomes and gains plus 10 cost. So he becomes a 17 cost. Now, by adding cost, I don't know if that means he becomes just a 10 cost or he is actually 17 cost from literal board protection. So he literally cannot be removed by cost removal. Now, I don't know. I haven't checked out on the sim. I've been playing this deck in person more than in the sim. So I'll find out. Now, I don't know if the sim has everything true. I mean, it does like 99% of the time. But I also had learned that whenever you rest an opponent, I didn't know that you freeze them. I thought you just turn them sideways just so in case you can't be blocked, or if they can't block your attack or anything. No, it literally just freezes them. Double attack, which is already pretty good. And on play, if your leader is multicolored, set 4 of your Dawn as active, and then you can't play character cards with a base cost of 5 or more during this turn. Literally just play this Luffy and just play this Nami. But honestly, here's even a better thing. When you play this Nami, you can get a Straw Hat from your trash. Or actually, let me just pull it up. If your leader is Straw Hat type crew, play up to 1 Straw Hat type character with a cost of 7 or less from your trash. When you play them, let's say instead of playing this Luffy, you want to go all out in damage. You play this Luffy from your trash. He'll have Rush because of her effect. Gains Rush during this turn. So he'll have Rush and double attack. Use his ability, and on your hand, just play this Nami. Rest 2, freeze 2 of your opponents, and literally just swing for 7k right there. Although it's 7k, it's not, you know, ginormous, but the good thing is double attack if they take it. And honestly, you're probably better off doing this. Either do that plan setup with Nami, this Nami, to this Luffy, to this Nami, or just play the Nami to Luffy, then give the 4 Dawn he set active, just give it to him, and an 11,000 double attack. I don't know, man. That sounds pretty good to me. That sounds pretty good to me. Then you also have this Nightmare Luffy. And based on your trash, like each of these effects are active based on the number of cards in your trash. If you have 10 or more, this character's base power becomes 9,000, and this character gains 10 cost. If you have 20 or more in your trash, your leader's base power becomes 7,000 during your opponent's turn, which is what makes this dude a powerhouse. That's because when you get to this point, Brook is unkillable at this point. You can't do anything. That's why this this Nightmare Luffy is really good. If you have 30 or more in your trash, this character gains an additional 1,000 power. So it's a 10k, literally 10k, and giving additional, you know, 7,000 right there. Pretty damn good. Then you have these two events. As a main, it's not bad, but I'd like this as a counter. As a main, and it's a 0 cost, so it's pretty good. You rest one of your Dawn, and if your leader is Straw Hat Crew, trash 5 from the top, and then as a counter, trash 1 from your hand, then you just gain 3k. And then you have Gum Gum Storm. Rest one of your Dawn, 15 or more cards in your trash. One of your Straw Hat Crew characters gains 3,000 power. But as a counter, if you have 15 cards or more from your trash, your leader character gains 4,000. I think the counterpart is a lot better. The main is not bad either, but honestly, I mainly would just use it as counter. These two I just mainly use as counter. They just use as counter. So this is basically the build for Brook, and it's, would I say meta build? I don't know, probably, but it's just incredibly fun. It's just it's just like an indestructible team that can't die. We got Koby, finally got his own box. It's the same as Vivi's basically. Just, you know, his red sleeves are right here. There's his Dawn right there. They're all just proxy Dawn. Just so you know this. I don't have the actual one because I don't know why Dawn should be that expensive, you know. If it's gold Dawn, I understand. But if it's like a regular Dawn, that just hollow Dawn, just regular hollow Dawn, should not be that much. They just shouldn't be. And then I do have the case snap in here, but I don't have the Alt-Art leader yet. I do want the Alt-Art leader for this because Koby is fun. But then, I made an unfortunate discovery. When I was reading through his ability, where it says, actually, it says your sword type characters can attack characters on the. Your sword type characters can attack characters in the turn which they are played. My brain thought, oh, does that mean he gives his characters rush instantly? And that's what I thought this entire time. Then, when I tried on the simulator, it wasn't what I thought. What? Reading through this, I thought this is kind of okay then. So it's like character rush, but not character rush. I don't know. In the comments, you're gonna have to explain me how this works. But from what I know, this is kind of good if you're playing second. Just from what I still need. Whoever in the comments, if you're watching this, I need a proper explanation how this fully works with Koby. Because after learning that it's not like that, I got so disappointed. Not that I don't regret building Koby at all. I like Koby a lot. He's one of my favorite characters in One Piece. One of the best, literally one of the greatest glow-ups I've ever seen. And it's just, I didn't understand. The second half is literally just board protection. And it's actually good board protection. I actually like what this does. Because I don't know any other leader that does this. At least to my knowledge that I have seen. Maybe some other one has, I just don't know. But I don't, this first part I genuinely don't fully, like my brain is literally not understanding how it works. Does that mean it's not character rush, but like character, does that just mean he can just swing characters on, I don't know. I need help on that. Because even searching through it, I'm still getting confused. Because majority of these characters are sword type. Obviously, with the exception of Smoker and Tashigi, they just have rush and can just swing off rip. This card is obviously really, really good. So that your leader doesn't, you know, has better protection. This Kujaku is really good. Gives literally board power. Same with this Hibari. Lets you attack. This Hibari kind of the MVP. And this Kujaku. Both are like the MVP. This Koby's also really good too. And this Helmeppo, I might replace him, honestly. I still, you know, have, you know, the actual Alt-Art, but he's not that much. And this Koby, I have all 4 of. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. I completed this deck. This deck is done. I got it all done. I do have this this Koby as proxy though, just because he went up in price, and I don't get why. I don't know what made him go up in price. It's been a minute, so I actually don't remember why. This Kujaku, I just did a proxy of the Alt-Art because I was like, this is a nice Alt-Art. This deck, I'm pretty sure I mentioned majority of it the last video, so I don't really gotta talk about this deck that much. It's a good deck. It's good, Obviously, it's not super broken, but it is a good powerhouse deck to stop boards from building up. Like any board at this point. And plus, red-black looks like a fun combination to play. That's also a part reason why I picked Koby. There is the Sabo, but I didn't really check on what he did. Because I thought of playing a Revolutionary Army team. And I wanted to play Bello Betty. Because I liked what her ability was. Then later, I switched to Lucy, who happened to come out in OP15. So I just rocked that one instead. So for this one, I actually replaced Emu, and I completely took off Emu. So I no longer play Emu at all. So for his card list, I have it on the other videos, but I won't add it on this one. Because I just don't use it anymore. Because I replaced him. The reason being is, though he is really good, he feels really simple and boring, and I was like, you know, I just want to have a different one. So, the different one that has his box, this was his box and now it's someone else's, is Crocodile. Which you saw on the, you know, you've probably seen a couple times that piece was there. And I'm gonna be honest, Crocodile's amazing. Shocker. He's just really fun. This is my build for him. And genuinely, oh wait, I didn't change any of this. This is that, and this is that. There we go. This is the build. And genuinely, I actually like Crocodile a lot. He's really fun. Because Gecko Moria has the same ability of, you may KO one of your, you know, type characters, and then you do all this. From what he does, I know he KOs them, and then everyone gets 1,000 power. What he does is KO them, give them 0 cost, and then you just trash 2 from the top of your deck, which is good, which pairs up very well with this Miss Wednesday. Trash this character, give anyone who's 0 power minus 3,000 power, and very good 2k. Then you have this Miss Golden Week, who's decent. I think it's decent. I probably would, this would be the only one I would change out. But she's decent enough, and is a 2k. It's like a hand refresh, sort of. Then you have Ms. Merry Christmas. Good. I mainly just use it just to draw a card, realistically. one Dawn just to get a card. And then KO a stage. Honestly, it depends on who you're going against. This really depends. For the most part, it's just kind of the same schmuck. Like, the stage part. Like, because you don't really need a stage on any teams. For the most part. Like, if you're running Emu, you can destroy his 1-cost stage off rip. Or, let's say if you're fighting against Lucy, right? You can already literally pull this out, KO it, boom, the stage is gone. And then you have Miss Valentine as a searcher, and then after you reveal your card, then just trash the rest. And as you build up your trash, you at least need one of this copy of this Crocodile. Obviously, I'm not trying to do a tutorial on how to play him, but I'm just explaining how just playing this card, just seeing this one, literally seeing a copy of this in your trash has got to be a satisfying feeling, I'm not gonna lie. At least I assume it would be. At least it is to me, because then if this is in your trash, and then you just have this guy dead, you can just bring him back to your hand. And the best part is if you have 2 of them in your trash, you can just KO him and just stun 2 people. Like, you know? I don't know, that seems pretty good to me. That seems strong to me. The only cost is that, on this KO effect, you have to sacrifice a card for it. But honestly, like, 10k power, for 8 cost and 10k power with the ability that he can do, pretty good. And not only that, if you KO him, then bring him back, literally you'll have someone that's a 0 cost, and you get to draw a free card. Or if your opponent, when your opponent has a 0 cost, or an 8 cost, or higher, which I like a lot. So they work. So this team is super viable when fighting against anyone they make into 0 cost or anybody that's an 8 cost or higher. And like this Mr. One, he basically can attack character on the turn in which they are played. I think this is like the character rush, like Koby's, but this is a lot newer. So I think because I know that red Zoro from EB04 it literally specifies rush character, which means they can just swing at a character even if they're active, I believe, which is insane. I'm not gonna lie. Is that what this basically is? Can attack on which the turn in which it is played. So it's like if you play second, then you can just off rip attack that character. I'm unsure. But I gotta check that. I don't really play him as much. I play him in K, just, you know, because he's a 6K. But then there's also this Mr. 5, good blocker, and then is a not bad on play. It's a not bad on play. And then this Nightmare Louie, obviously, it's a black deck. You gotta run this dude. Like, why not? And then you have 4 of this Miss All Sunday. I'm actually missing 1 of this copy. This is all I this is all I need. Because I have the rest, I have this entire deck already. All I'm missing is this 1 of this copy. That's it. And then this event's just a searcher. Look through 3, reveal 1, trash the rest. And this is just a very, very good counter and a very good main. Like, it works very well. Also, and another thing, there's all the black sleeves, the Dawn, and then the card snap, for which, in this case, I do have the alt art leader. Which, honestly, I was trying to get this as soon as possible while I was building Crocodile. I had to wait a while for a bit, and I finally got it. It's so clean. And then literally after I get this, I go to Cards HQ. Literally, the day when I had majority of this deck done, there was a copy of this last time. I couldn't get it yet, but I got it. The next time I went, gone. Just gone. Then I went back again, waited a little bit. They finally got him. And this detail-wise, this is a really good alt-art. Oh my god. Because there's even detail on the sand. It's just like, you can't really... Hold up. It's hard to see on camera because of reflection, but you can kind of see the little... Is that a scarf? Or is it a robe? I can't tell. It's like his robe, scarf, like actually both of it. And you can see the detail on it. It's just such a clean alt art card. These alt art leaders from OP14, they're just snapped. The art, whoever, they cooked. They just cooked. So for the most part, that's all the decks right there. I do have this Zoro build. This is kind of like in a beta build. This isn't complete. This is just for funsies. I thought, what if I made a Zoro build? I thought it'd be fun because what it looks like is if he attacks a character, you can just set him active and then swing at a leader, which I found interesting. I don't know if this is good by any means, so y'all just let me know if this looks good or whatnot. Because honestly, I'm not really gonna buy all of these. I'm just gonna proxy the whole thing at this point. And I thought of adding 4 of this, but honestly, I don't know. Because by theory, he doesn't go out of rotation because he's a manga. So he skips that, and you can just still play this character regardless. So, and I personally, before I played the card game, I wanted this alt art secret rare as part of the collection. You can literally attack 3 times with this guy. Swing once when attacking, just set him back to active again, and then use a main to activate him again. So you're using a total of 3 Dawn. So what you could do is play this Koina, or just play this Tashigi, and then if you have this guy in your field already, like, use up a good chunk of your Dawn, then swing with your leader or swing with either first. That's literally a triple, like 5 swing, like a quintuple swing right there, just by the secret rare and the leader alone. This Arlong is really good too. Like on KO, this is just a ridiculous one. That's just insane. And this Mihawk is decent. Just rest one of your opponent's characters with 1 or more given Dawn, which I like. So honestly, I don't know, this seems like a good build. I mean, it's a little old, but also kind of good. Then you have this Law, which actually seems good. And then with this Tashigi is also really good. So, I don't know, this seems like a good deck. Obviously it's not broken, but it works. It works. And then the other one I have is Blackbeard, which, yeah, everyone isn't really playing this deck, to be honest. Because of the new black-yellow one, my friend is going to be playing that one, unfortunately. But I'm like, I guess whatever. Honestly, if he just uses anything that's from Blackbeard, I'm okay with that. He would be insane, though. But it's just, yellow does not need this much buffs. Yellow is already broken as is. Why are we making yellow so broken? We don't need yellow to be broken. We don't. And yes, I added Nightmare Luffy. It's a black deck. I'm gonna add Nightmare Luffy. He's just, Nightmare Luffy's just that, like, who's not gonna add this guy? Mainly, I just have him just because of his 20 or more in your trash. That ability alone just makes him such a behemoth. Unless there's another character that just, also, maybe realistically you don't need it, because, you know, 12k blocker right here. Or you have this Kuzan blocker. Then you got, what is that? These other abilities where, not this one. Where is it? You can literally negate a character and give them minus 4,000. Negate a character again and KO it by if their cost is that much. Like, bro. Like, literally, this can literally just KO, like, literally, all you have to do, Von Augur, literally just give a character minus 3 cost, then just play this event, boom. You just killed a 7 cost right there. Like, without even swinging. You didn't even swing, you just did that, boom, dead. That's kind of it for just the builds I have for now. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about OP16. Not of all the leaders, just mainly what I would play on Yamato. Alright, so through OP16, I think I said 17 on accident. If in case I did, I don't know. If I did, I apologize, I meant 16. Obviously a lot of these are in Japanese, some are in English. I've thought of running, obviously this Yamato, because I actually like when a Land of Wano type character is played from your trash, that character gains rush during this turn. Which I found really interesting, because there were 3 new characters that are coming in. This Blackbeard, bro, this is gonna be so chaotic. Just why are we making yellow so bro? Black I don't mind. Black is not what disturbs me on a deck. It's yellow that does. Anything on yellow is just insane. It's just chaos, bro. Sengoku leader, that's good for anyone who plays Navy characters, I guess. Then this Buggy I'm playing, I don't care. Because you know why? Because you can just have this character, have 50 of him, which you can. Under the rule of this game, you may have any you may have any number of this card in your deck. I can't even speak properly. That's how ridiculous this card sounds. This card even has an alt art. I mean I can't pull it up here, but they have one. They have one. It's been shown. And there's also a few other cards. Or yeah, these two. There's this Mr. 3, that's actually really good. You trash this character, draw 2 cards, and one of your opponents with a cost of 9 or less cannot attack until the next ender. So until it's back to your turn. That's pretty crazy for a 4 cost, I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty insane. And then you have this Mr. 2, on play, draw a card, give 1 Don. Their base power becomes the same as a leader, which is insane. Which is good, but also it's bad only because of, on the opponent turn, they'll just be exposed as a 1000 and they'll just kill him off rip because of how dangerous he is. So he's like kind of just there until your leader decides to swing in heavy. That's really it. And this is good for swinging in super early as well. So by turn 2 and you're the first player, you could just do this, and if your leader and if your opponent's leader decides to swing heavy, then you can just do the same thing with this, and then just swing with this character and with your leader. So you have 2 attacks as of turn 2, just off rip. And I've also thought of running this Luffy because he looks really fun. If the only characters on your field are Impel down type characters, set up to 2 of your Dawn as active. I've thought of running this Luffy as well, but it's either between him or Buggy. I have to do Buggy because it's Buggy, but it's really hard to pick between the 2. I'm not going to run Ace. What he does is really good, but I'm not going to run. He's just red. There's nothing wrong with that, obviously, but I think red is just simple. I like the mind games of playing other colors, like, you know, blue-green sounds fun. Blue alone is also really fun. Purple is probably, like, pretty fun. Black is really fun. Yellow, I mean, I won't lie. As someone who has the one yellow deck, it is really fun, right? But at least I stay within theme and not add thriller slop, if you will. And then there's this new starter deck leader coming in, who is really good. That's really good. 4 life and for 6,000 power. So that's really all I want to talk about for OP16. And that's mainly it. What I wanted to catch up, because I wanted to make a follow-up video, was mainly because in case, you know, if people want to see me do battle videos on these decks or anything, if y'all want to see it, let me know. Like the video or a sub with more support, you know, be cool. And I'll even make videos battling randos online. Will I suffer a lot? Yes, because I don't really play ranked like that. Because trust me, I did casuals by myself. It was chaotic. Thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed that video. It is a bit of a shorter one, but I did mention that I didn't want this one to be too long. This probably will be a longer video, I won't lie. This might be like, what? I'm going to guess 40 to 50 minutes. Obviously, if I'm wrong, that's good. But that's the time. That's the time I'm going to guess. So thank y'all for watching. Like and subscribe. And I hope I see y'all next time. Peace out, y'all.